Good morning, ladies, gentlemen. Not morning, whatever. Afternoon. Evening. We're doing it live. Bill O'Reilly joke aside, this is another scene in the Living World of Darkness, Mage of the Resurgence, and it seems to be another normal sort of afternoon in the Chantry. Except that Nausicaa, maybe she's once not in her fucking office/bedroom, and at that point, Georgie the Flying Eyeball set will fly over to you and be like, fuck off. Anyway, that's not what he's doing. But what he is doing is flying over to you and being like, hey, Missy, hey, Missy. Two mages came to the sewers. One really fresh, apparently. The elder says that new awakened or whatever. Just awake. I don't know what that means. But we can't send them through the sewers because the sewers is an active war zone, and that sucks. So instead of killing them or sending them to a war zone, he thought maybe sending them through here could be a thing, but that's your guys' place, so you need to pick them up if that's the case.
As soon as the ice mentions there's mages, Nausicaa's kind of like up and she'll grab a wand and a coat and she'll basically like leave it kind of talking to itself as she runs downstairs, her wand's out, and she'll just be kind of like shouting for anybody. She'll be like, are there Julie, Grace, Joey?
Georgia will like come flying after and be like, hey, I was making a speech.
What do you mean there are mages down there?
Well, two mages we picked up in the sewers. They apparently were in some like really ancient tunnels that had been hidden away centuries, according to the elder who realized this just when they came in there. I don't know why, but we picked them up, and then we got attacked by mole men, and we had to retreat, and then we can't move through the sewers anymore. Therefore, it like claps with its wings. Sending them up through here is the only option. That or murdering them. We don't really like murdering people, so that's why we're checking with you.
You talk a lot for a thing without a mouth.
Well, it does sound like a mouth thing, but...
And yeah, Nausicaa will start shouting that there are intruders.
Georgie will come with a very mature response. And I got laid, did you? And then we'll fly away. So
Nausicaa ignores it.
And then it gets attacked by the normal pigeon. So there's a bit of an aerial fight in the middle of the living room, but you know.
Nausicaa's bonding with the normal pigeon.
Anyway, Joey, you show up.
Duncan?
So Joey's going to amble over, look slightly astonished at the pigeons fighting in the middle of the living room.
What?
And he's going to look and see if there's a window he can open.
Well, it's a pigeon and a flying eyeball with bat wings. Or set of eyeballs.
There's a pigeon in the house. He's going to see if there's a window he can open.
Joey, we don't have time for that. There are intruders downstairs. Are the others here?
Wait, what? Hey, no. Wait, what kind? Like zombies? Eyeballs? Pigeons?
No, other mages. Intruders.
Oh. And so he's going to run back to the kitchen and come back with a meat cleaver.
Nausicaa looks at it kind of suspectly and then shrugs.
Just in case.
Nausicaa pulls out her wand. Stay behind me and follow my lead, okay?
Gotcha. Joey is going to therefore do his best to hide behind Nausicaa.
Nausicaa is going to, she'll basically go down into the basement with her wand out in front of her and a kind of determined look on her face as she thinks we have spies.
Well, you know the way in, so you will do the knock. But for once, there's not a knock. You don't have to knock to open the secret chamber into the undead. The door is wide open, and the zombie repairman will, he will inquiring with his hat like, "Morning."
Where are the intruders?
Oh, well, in there. I wouldn't really call them intruders. They're our guests, I think. Anyway, I have to go and check up on the heat on the boiler. So, see you around.
Nausicaa will, go into the room where the two guests are.
So, what they'll see is they'll see a medium or like average height woman, rather thin, of Asian descent, long dark hair. She seems to be poised up against the wall. One of her feet are flat against it, like her knee is bent, and like kind of like rests on the flat of her back against the wall, leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
She has one hand in her pocket, and she seems to be holding out her phone, trying to see if she can get signal every now and then. Basically, she's a little worried about her delivery. It's rather late now. And
For some reason, there seems to be no blowback from the company at all.
there's what?
For some reason, there seems to be nothing wrong there. It actually looks like it's been delivered for some reason. But I wanted just to do a describing for the first person who's not been for the person who's not been here before. Joey, you get to wander through caves that, for some reason, like normal caves are too small for a man of your size. Not in this case. These caves are spacious enough for you to walk through, and they're spooky as shit. And you smell the constant smell of rot that's being like tried to be masked with perfume. At one point, as you walk through the corridors down to the room where, our newest girl is, you will see like there's a room with a bunch of zombies playing cards, except the zombies instead of hands have forks, like they have forks instead of like hands, so they're like. Shh.
Joey's going to whisper into Nauska's ear and be like, "This is definitely something to do with the Sauron dude."
I think so, potentially too. But Joey, I need you to concentrate. We have an important matter at hand.
Okay.
So, when you guys walk in, you come further into the room and you say what you say. Assuming you're not very quiet about it, but Yasuko will eventually lean off the wall and kind of put her phone in her pocket and almost take like a guarded stance, like with her feet. If you're familiar with martial arts, she's trying to play a neutral, but she's also trying to make sure, because it's been crazy this evening. So
Joey, who obviously huge size, is sort of about 7 foot tall, weighs somewhere in the region of around 400 pounds plus, just a fucking huge guy. He does not adopt anything that anyone tutored would call a guarded stance, but he is holding a cleaver and looks concerned.
Nausicaa is quite short. She's a short, bald lady. She's dressed very smartly, but very blandly. And she has in her hand what looks like a short, shiny metal stick. And is Mark Wahlberg here?
Yes, but since the players is not here, he's somewhat indisposed or something. Ignore that.
Okay. Nausicaa, the first thing she's going to do is not introduce herself. She is going to do a forces effect to pin them both to the ceiling.
ooh, yay.
And I have 2 successes. How many would you like me to have to pin 2 people to the ceiling with? Essentially, she's just reversing gravity around.
That requires more than 2 successes to do that.
How many would you need?
I would say 4.
Okay.
Because it's a pretty notable effect.
No, I agree. Then she will come in, and you hear her say a few magic words, and it takes or she just says some weird things over a few seconds, and then, oh God's sake, then her head explodes, and I'll spend a willpower on this. Out of character, I know it's not anything, but in character.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that is 6 successes. No, yes, it is because I'm coincidental here. So yeah, both you and Mark Wahlberg will zoom up to the ceiling. It's basically like you just kind of fell the distance, so it might be like you might bruise yourself or something, but it's not too painful.
Uh-huh.
And pointing her wand at you, she's going to say, "Explain yourselves. Who are you?" And then she'll recognize Mark Wahlberg, but we'll say that he's unconscious for now or something like that.
She kind of winces slightly, not expecting the Harry Potter tricks. At least that's what she's kind of putting it up in, culminating it in her head. That's what she's kind of like expecting.
very
But she falls and winces and just lets out like a deep sigh of exasperation, and she just says, "I'm," with a very like thick but learning the New York kind of like accent and kind of like way they talk, kind of language. But anyways, she just says, "I'm Yasuko Kuzumi Chambers. I fell off my bike and I had some kind of cosmic concussion, and everything turned weird after that. Uh, I would really just like to get out of here, please. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know your names."
No need for that. And like as before Roscoe can reply, like in a sort of like very ancient looking wheelchair, you can see like the high elder of the undead down here. You know, the really old ancient dude that seems like a mummified like child-sized corpse with like long like a white just weed shafts and everything. Like this is a really like it almost looks like Ahmed the Dead Terrorist, just with like a long white Gandalf beard that has been thoroughly rotted apart for the most part. Just comes in. Down here, there's no need for such things.
With respect, Elder, we don't know who these people are. We
But
have
I-
many enemies, and they would like to know our location.
Yes, but these are not among them. She is newly awakened, and this one is a member of the traditions, I believe. Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, I can show you my ID if I can get to my wallet.
Okay,
It'll-
here's an idea if it'll make Nauska happy and calm everyone down. If Nauska doesn't want, we'll just say Yasuko?
Yasuko.
Yasuko. Okay, cool. Mind if we could blindfold you, take you away a little bit, and then talk to you, and then you wouldn't know where here is. That seems to be what Nauska's freaked out about.
I'm not freaking out. I'm taking precautions. We've had spies before.
In fairness, the scary thing knew where we were anyway.
We have other enemies, Joey. But yes, blindfolding them does seem like a useful precaution. I agree.
You down with that, Zuko?
She has like a very pained look. I guess I feel like I don't have any kind of real bit or dog in this fight.
I'm
You're not
really
totally
sorry.
I'm sorry?
You're not totally stupid then.
Please just blindfold me, get me down from here. I
The high elder will like lift his hand. It's very like bony, a skeletal arm, and just like forcefully pushing you down to the ground. It's kind of creepy though, because it feels like you have like a weight holding you down to the ground rather than the magic holding you up having been cancelled.
wait, wouldn't that like smush her? Like that's two opposing forces of
No,
gravity.
no, it's not smushing her. It's just keeping her down.
We smush her.
While
that's happening,
this is
we'll
going
also
on,
we'll end
Joey's
the
going
fight.
to start tearing off his sleeve to make an impromptu blindfold.
Good guy, Joey. Always there offering his shirt for people.
So when she gets down, She'll get to her feet, kind of dust herself off, and hold her hands up like you do with the cops. You know what I mean? And just she'll just stand there and I guess let herself be blindfolded. Like
Joey's going to actually hold it out to him, like, do you want to do this, or are you okay with me doing it?
she takes it. She takes his the offered cloth and ties it tight around her eyes.
I'm really sorry. Thank you for making this easier.
Norsca is glaring angrily at the civility of it all.
Do you
Look,
want to check to make sure I can't see anything?
How many fingers am I holding up?
4.
Joey's not holding any up. It's a pass.
Does your thumb count as a finger?
No.
Okay.
Norsca
So-
doesn't look at all satisfied with this test, but she'll say to Joey, she'll basically say, she'll kind of vaguely thank the zombie elder, and then she'll say to Joey to keep an eye on her.
Of course. So, Suka, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take your hand and put it on my shoulder to guide you out. Okay?
All right.
That's going to be okay.
Nausicaa's going to get close, and Nausicaa is like literally probably less than half the weight of Joey, and definitely like half the size. And she's going to say, if you try anything, they won't even find a body.
Nausicaa, stop. With all respect, Nausicaa, you're acting like Alec did when you guys found me. There's no need for that.
So Yasuko, having been on the receiving end of this woman, like pinning her against the wall, kind of has that feeling where you can't breathe, and so like she opens her mouth and kind of does that whole like type of thing, like she's exasperated. Like, okay, like this is kind of scary.
Joey, with respect, have you ever had your home invaded and destroyed? Have you ever had your friends killed and tortured? I'm taking the necessary precautions to stop questioning. This is my
Anyway,
house.
so the two mages are let out, blindfolded.
Okay? And yeah, Joey will guide them to they're like a car.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think, yeah. And just drive them like a couple of blocks to a nearby park or something.
Nausicaa would have no issue with you questioning her inside the gentry.
The point is that then if they don't know where the Chantry is, like that was if Nausicaa says that she's happy
and
to
that more
stop.
efficiently, and honestly, that more efficiently ties up the other character whose player is not here, so we can easily get them unseen locked to just have interrogation for be in a place where you can't immediately be tracked back to your chantry and be like, oh yes,
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you want.
yeah. I'm just trying to handle this without too much of an issue. So yeah, interrogation happens. Go.
Okay, so it's bench here. Just want to sit down, take blindfold off.
Yep. And once the blindfold's off, she will basically lean forward and like rest her elbows on her knees and kind of like just lean forward and just look at you guys expectantly.
Can I get you anything? Hungry? Thirsty?
I won't suppose you have any water.
We've got some soup.
No, she just shakes her head and says, "No, thank you. I appreciate it, though."
Okay. Joey's going to take his thermos of soup out anyway and have some. He's going
Who are
to
you
look at
working
Nausicaa.
for? Who sent you? Nausicaa doesn't have the wand out anymore, but you can see that she kind of has it up the sleeve.
So she gives Nausicaa like this incredulous look, like one of like supreme tiredness and out of patience. She doesn't
Oh.
look threatening at all, but she just, she just looks like, man, I just had a fucking night. Like, look,
Nausicaa is going to you using raw data. She's going to do entropy 1 to basically like tell if there's any falsehoods or in basically the lie detection.
Sure, go for it.
That is 4 successes.
so I'm a delivery woman, a carrier.
Mhm.
I was doing a delivery. I took an alleyway. I fell suddenly. And when I got up, I must have hit my head, and then everything went to hell and back. I was able to hear voices from all the places, from the surrounding area. I turned things from one solid metal to apparently polished wood. Then the other guy, I don't think he ever gave his name, but that guy that I was with, I was able to hear his thoughts and what he was thinking, and then eventually the ground gave way under us, and we fell into this tunnel. Okay, and we went through the tunnel trying to get the hell out of there, and we came to like this really big circular antechamber room, and there was like some kind of eldritch horror monsters down there sleeping, chained up and stuff. So he said like we need to get the hell out of here quickly, so we did, and then we came across that undead guy and his friends, and then they got us out of the hole, and then like these giant otter rat men roll mole guys with spears came after us, and we ran away again until you found us where we are in that room. That's basically been my whole night. So I don't know who you are. I'm not some kind of weird conspiracy or secret agent or anything. Like I don't know what's going on. Like
At this point, Joey's just going to give his big friendly smile. Say, just also, it's okay. I'm Joey. And that does sound like a horrible night, and I also barely know what's going on.
I mean, there's some small solace, and that's a bit of solace in this whole night. Like that's nice to meet you, Joey. I'm Yasuko.
Yeah.
Nausicaa's scowling. She's telling the truth and looks almost disappointed.
I mean, see, most people are just decent people.
No, they're not.
It's a weird way to live, but okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Joey. Until he'll sort of gesture to Nausicaa for Nausicaa to introduce herself.
Nausicaa just. In what way does he gesture?
Just like he sort of both hands to his chest, and then he holds one hand out to Nausicaa and looks at her expectantly. Like, I'm Joey.
Nausicaa just looks at him incredulously and looks at his hand almost like it's a completely alien kind of like motion. And then it clicks, and she's like, "My name is Anna."
Anna and Joey. Well, thank you for getting me out of that place and back to some semblance of normalcy.
You say you turned like, did you say stone to wood?
I went to pick up my bike, and the handlebar turned from metal into polished wood.
Well, polished and alive would keep in mind.
Excuse me, polished and alive wood.
Huh.
It was a very strange few minutes. Like I said, I could hear like everything, everybody's thoughts, what they were saying, what they were thinking. I felt the very ground, like by the millisecond, like in real time, like every bit of it shift from under my feet, like very slowly, but fast at the same time. Like it was
Okay, right. Let me show you something. One sec. This might help. It's going to look around, make sure no one is.
Well, you're in a park, aren't you?
Yeah, basically, there's a difference. There's parks that are full of people, and there's parks that no one is like particularly close. Is there someone on like the next bench or something?
Yeah. There's no one that close now.
So, like, it's not going to do anything particularly insane, and just wants the kind of rough assumption that no one's nearby and is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just a bit of privacy. Like, he's going to take out his cleaver, and as subtly as he can, cut his hand open and show it to Yasuko. He's like, okay, and then he's going to take out his some more of his soup, and he will like literally just open throat, glug what's left of his, like empty his thermos into his mouth.
Yeah. Since this is not Bioshock Infinite, where you can just like scrounge cake out of trash cans and eat with that. This is vulgar without witnesses, so please roll for it.
Cool.
Once she sees like Joey start cutting into his hand and stuff like that, she kind of like brings her hands like together and starts like twisting like the beads on her wrist. Like, and this is kind of gross. And
as Joey swallows, like empties the contents of his thermos into his mouth, the wound will close.
And she will suddenly get up and grab his hand and kind of like run her thumb like over like the part where he cut his hand and just look at him like, no way.
It's a relatively minor effect. Nausicaa looks in some way like jealous that he was impressed by this magic. There's an edge of like pettiness to her voice.
So, some people, me, Anna, can like do things. If you can turn like metal to wood, you might be one of us. Like, probably happened when you hit your head. What was the term you used, Nauska? Awakening?
Nausicaa looks around just again to make sure there's no one like within speaking distance. And yes, we call it awakening. You are lucky enough to have become Magi. I do hope you're worth it.
So what does that mean?
Mostly seemed pretty. Okay, so I thought it was pretty cool. I could just do stuff. I used it at home and at work, and then a monster came and destroyed my restaurant.
A monster?
Yeah.
Oh, that seems like a pretty common theme for everything so far. I hope it's not one that persists.
I really hope to, but what I've seen, like, being magic's pretty cool. But there's weird shit out there. So that's why Anna was being a bit paranoid. There's some.
Nausicaa's going to spike him in the arm with her wand. I'm not being paranoid.
Hey,
also know there are people out there that want to kill you. They want to torture you. They want to wipe your brain, and they want to turn you into a robot. There are others that just want to kill you.
Hey, you made friends with the robot people. Don't be like that.
I wouldn't say friends.
Okay, well, that definitely explains the severity of everything and why you pinned me against the wall or the ceiling, which was admittedly kind of cool, as well.
I agree.
Uh, so I, I forgive you, I guess.
Nausicaa doesn't know what to do with that.
So like we all there's like a central place where lots of the mages live.
The
I
Chantry.
Chantry, yeah.
That's
I
what
don't really
the
live there, but I hang out there because it's like a safe place. Apparently, Joey gives Nausker a look that abundantly says, "I don't think it's a safe place, but everyone else is there."
It's about as safe as we're gonna get.
Hmm.
But like, if you want anything, like, do you want my do you want to swap numbers and then like if you need to get in touch with someone about anything weird or if you want to do I don't really know how this works. This is like my first time in this part.
This situation, I understand. I considering everything, and there's not a lot of trust here, which I can understand. I feel like maybe swapping numbers or anything might be the best idea. I need I'm gonna need some time to process this, and I might have questions or I might need help with understanding this new.
That's
Con-
totally cool. Like, I mean, you said you hit your head. Like, do you think you like hurt it or something, or you think you're gonna be okay?
well, the strange thing is I had a helmet on, and once I stood and finally got back to my feet, that's when it like hit me. And
Okay.
I had similar feelings like that before, like and karate practice or stuff like that. But so I didn't really think of it, but this was wholly different. She
Why
kind
are
of
you
says with her eye.
exchanging? Why are you exchanging numbers?
So we can communicate with each other when she's not there.
Well, she's coming back with us, and I'll get you a new phone, one that's better protected.
Wait, what?
As I said, there are people out there that are going to try and kill you, or change you to their side. Now that we know you're genuine, at least we're 99% sure. You should come and live at the Chantry. It's safe. You can learn.
Live there?
Yes.
I'm kind of taking care of some family.
Taking care how?
Like my grandmother, she's elderly. So, I mean, I mean, she could get by on her own mostly, but
So look, Nazca, how about just I don't live there all the time. Just come sometimes.
Yes, and we need to talk about that. The city isn't safe. You're new, Joey. You've not really encountered things out there. I've probably been too soft and not explained the threats in full. For the record, Nausicaa has taken great glee in talking about how everything will kill you and you should be paranoid about everything.
Well, I mean, provably, one of the games is not going to kill them. The night hypocrisy people came out and was like, "Hey, we're not going to murder you anymore. We cool? We cool? Yeah,
I remember this. This doesn't mean
I know.
Nausicaa doesn't trust the technocracy all of a sudden.
Like, the Union having only given science to the world and stuff. Ungrateful. Anyway.
But yeah, look, if you want a place to stay, the Chantry works. But
I mean, if I can, I'll make out some arrangement. I'll think of something. I'll probably have to split my time. She doesn't need help all the time, but I do help with her with like a lot of certain tasks and stuff.
Does she need financial assistance?
Yes.
It also just looks like, basically just gives Joey a look like, see, I'm solving problems.
Nauska's, sorry, that'll be an in-character slip. And
Joey gets a glare.
Huh? Nausicaa?
Look, I'm sorry. Look, if you wanted
It's
to come
fine.
live with you, you could at least use the right name.
My name is Nausicaa Alexos, Theodore Alexios, but in public I prefer to be called Anna Komnene.
Is this like an alias?
Yes.
Should we all adopt an alias?
Yes. Multiple if possible.
Like,
So
yeah, she's got a
am I
lot
gonna
of
have to
money.
am I gonna have to get like alternate IDs and passports and all that? You know, like you see in the movies.
Yes, you should.
I don't.
She almost seems relieved at that. Like, at least there's somebody else that does it.
Again, Nausicaa looks a bit annoyed. Well, part of my responsibilities to our group are to assist them financially. If your time is being taken up that could be spent in important things like studying, then we can see what we can do to alleviate the financial burden.
Okay. How can I repay you? How can I help out?
By becoming a better mage, by maybe one day saving my life.
I cook.
She kind of smiles at him and like places like a thankful hand like on his shoulder, like don't ever change.
I have to ask you something, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
You said Nausicaa pocketed that thing.
I said she stored it in her sanctum.
Yeah, I was going to make sure. Because, well,
If you wanted to have it in a pocket for shits and giggles, then sure.
I mean, are you sure you want that? I mean, we can do that, but I'm just asking. Because
No, don't try and make this my fault.
Hey, you said you like to torture people. You torture.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's fine.
Twist that blade, sir.
Please roll perception alertness, everyone.
Let me see. That one.
Would uncanny insight specialty help?
Yes, this would definitely count.
Then I have 4 successes.
I'm just checking my dots.
I'll check your dots.
I have. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6.
Okay, I have 5 successes.
I fail.
Well, the two of you maybe who are a bit more experienced are more alert in general. That it's an intrinsic part of your enterprise. And what you will notice is that in every trade and on every nightstand, everything, They're black ravens, really black ravens with red eyes sitting on them, all looking down at you. They're not like aggressive, but you're being watched from every angle. And the red, and for instance, all of you got four or five successes. The red coloring of their eyes is identical to the red eye in the middle of the rat pile.
Nausicaa stands up, and you can see her wand slips out of her sleeve into her hand.
And they all start cawing at the same time.
We should go.
Does any of you know Morse code in character?
No.
No.
Okay. That is just really eerie rhythmic cawing to you.
So, Yasuko, you know how we were saying that, like, there's bad stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's this Sauron dude. Like, weird
Sauron?
eye. You know Lord of the Rings?
Oh, uh-huh.
Like a weird eye dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's creepy as fuck. We met him recently. Those ravens look like his eyes. It's
Ravens?
ravens. Yeah,
She
that's
kind of
it.
like narrows her eyes and looks around.
You're going to notice them now at this point. When you do that.
Oh, when she finally notices them and like I guess they're flickering eyes, she kind of just does that whole like oh, and then like tries to like uses a hand to like route her hair around her ear, like oh.
We should kind of. You want to go? We can go back to Chantry. I'll cook something, and how's that?
She just gives a big nod. So, yeah, sounds good to me. Are you okay with that, Nausicaa? Or Anna?
Yes. You two go on, however. I'll take a different route.
Okay.
I'll see you back there.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Jump in.
Yeah.
So
She'll walk around again in the car.
What?
So Nausicaa's basically going to go another route, and then she is going to. She doesn't want to be followed by these ravens.
All of the ravens are going to follow her at the same time.
Yeah, no, she understands that. And yeah, she'll let all the ravens follow her, so the others can go back to the Chantry.
Yes.
And then she is going to go, I don't know, to like a restaurant that has a public toilet, and she's going to teleport back.
Oh wait! Before you get like, the ravens are going to start dive bombing you.
They're going to start attacking me?
No, they're going to start. They're going to do the monkey. You've been to Thailand, right?
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah, you've been there. Have you ever been to like areas where there's monkeys? And have you noticed that they go through your
Gibraltar is where I
pockets?
think they do that. They like try to steal things from us.
Yes. Well, that's what's going to happen here. They're going to like swoop past you, aiming for one particular pocket. They're not attacking you. They're not, but they're trying to like get to the pocket.
Okay, Nausicaa's going to reach into the pocket, and she is going to open up. She's essentially going to like open up a small portal within her pocket, put her hand through into her sanctum, and let go of the gem. And then pull it back up.
You require that's a matter effect you have to do first. You have to first you can't just like do that with normal code.
No,
with 3 you can.
Oh, yeah, 3, true, but yeah.
Yeah. No. If I was teleporting the item itself, then yeah, I'd need matter too. So yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
I mean, you're gonna have to roll for that. And I mean, first, I mean, since they're not attacking you, but they're trying to get to the pocket, I would make. Could you please roll me before to just reach the pocket efficiently before and avoid ravens? Roll me dexterity. I would say athletics is not a brawl thing. Just do that. Trying to just like weave your hand in. It's not that high difficulty, but still.
To put my hand in my pocket.
Put your hand in the pocket when you're being like swarmed by ravens. They're not attacking you, but trying to get to it.
And what do you want me to roll?
Just a dexterity athletics, just to like move in and grab it without issue.
I fail to put my hand in my pocket.
Yes, I mean, you failed to open it. But yes, you can. I mean, it's not like you have to roll every time, but it's just like you get some ravens pecking at the pocket that gets in the way for a bit, and then you can put your hand in and do the effect.
Okay, Naughty's going to shoo the ravens, and she's looking quite flustered, and then, yeah, she's going to do this effect.
Okay, roll for the effect. This is not ogre because making something from your pocket disappear is completely. No one saw it in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's a coincidental effect.
If 6. I have 2 successes.
Considering it's your sanctum specifically, that would make it enough.
So yeah, Nausea is literally just going to, like, her hand will just kind of appear to go slightly further into her pocket, and she'll let go of it. It'll all be done, like, within a second. And, yeah, then she will no longer have the item.
The ravens are going to call very loudly. And Truid,
You're
you will
very
actually...
rude.
Yes.
Also, tell the ravens how rude they are.
You have something of mine. You will kind of... You kind of hear, but not hear at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Your proposal was that we would make a deal. Trying to steal it from me is not a deal.
I do apologize, but it's a very dear possession of mine. So if you could return it to this area and hand it over to me, I'm sure we could come to some agreement about it.
I need to discuss it with my compatriots, but your behavior has not enamored me to you. Nausicaa's telling off one of the ravens directly.
Well, the ravens look very intense at this point. It's a matter of life and death. Do you catch my meaning?
I do. Then I'm sure you'll be able to understand our eagerness to have the matter over. We will get back to you soon.
Well, I'm sure you will, but not for the reasons you might think about. The redness is going to, the eyes are going to like fade from the ravens, and the ravens are all going to like fall down, dead to the ground around you. So you're just going to be like a swarm of ravens just like around you. Like this is very creepy looking.
Yeah, Nausicaa's going to freak out and she's going to absolutely power walk out of here.
Yeah, you heard it crunching as you step on raven corpses to get out of there. Yeah.
And yeah, she's going to do her best to get the hell out.
Yeah, so you can get out. So, yeah, that's a thing.
And yeah, she'll then she'll take a circuitous route that she's not sure she can be followed by, and head back to the chantry. In fact, can she do an effect to try and work out whether she's being watched or not?
Yeah, I mean, you can detect correspondence effects to see if you're being watched. True correspondence. There's a course, but that's a simple correspondence one effect.
Yeah, then I will do that, please. She will do it by essentially the the idea that if you observe something, you're changing it. So there is like observation in its sense.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
She's going to do that. That's a fail.
Well, I mean, okay, you can roll again. It's a completely coincidental effect.
Fair enough. That is 3 successes.
Yeah, no one seems to be watching you at the moment.
Then Nausicaa's going to wake her way quickly back to the chantry.
Yes. In the meantime, you the newbie duo got to the chantry without issue.
Yeah.
You would have to teach her password and stuff to get in, and you're in a big gothic spooky mansion. That's
On the way, Joey will be like, firstly, I'm really sorry about Nausicaa and everything. Like, really. Yeah. And I'm also sorry about all the weird things that are gonna be in the chantry. Yeah, everyone else seems to be okay with them, but it's zombies, right?
She just puts an arm up on the window, kind of just lays her head against like her bald fist and just kind of like stares like blankly out as he drives, and she just says, I don't think Anna would appreciate you apologizing for her,
She
but
probably would not.
but I appreciate the sentiment and the amount of care you're taking with my new situation.
It's cool. Where are you from originally?
Japan.
Cool. How long have you been in the city?
Couple years. I had to come over here to basically help with my grandmother. Obviously, she didn't want to come all this way, so she said she likes it here better. So she needed some assistance, so I got put on family duty.
Ah, fair enough. Still, must be nice to have family in the city.
Nah, I just have her, honestly.
Yeah.
How long have you been here? Or have you been here your whole life?
No, I've just been here for a couple of years. I'm from Hawaii.
Well, yeah, what brought you all the way over here? I think Hawaii would be an obvious paradise to kind of like just stay planted.
I wanted to be a TV chef.
Huh. That's a really noble choice of career and dream.
Yeah. Well, it worked out, but there's some really nice stuff here, but I get homesick sometimes.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Mm.
New York has a certain kind of roughness to it that just kind of just permeates you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
everyone,
don't ever really get over it.
everyone's kind of an asshole here.
Yeah, yeah. No, you don't seem like an asshole, Joey. You seem like a very nice guy.
Thanks. I try. Just, yeah, don't see why everyone's grumpy all the time.
Me too.
But yeah, pull up outside Chantry. Like, say, I'll get you something to drink and anything in particular you want to eat.
How about you surprise me?
Joey grins.
Oh, no.
I almost think it would be cool to end the scene on that grin and just like dun 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 it. But
I agree. Can I use it to gain a willpower point?
I'm sure, yes, by all means. Because I have things I have to do in like 15 minutes or so, and everyone has. I think it's been fun. I think we got characters introduced. We have got both of the two new mages unseen locked. That's great. Whoop.
Awesome. Out of character, I apologize for Norska's meanness. In character, never.
No, I love it. Honestly, I like the whole like like the separateness, like the characters, like it just makes it cooler.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, and here's the thing: Joey was here to upset it with his Winnie the Pooh nature. So
Yeah, just a nice, well-meaning individual.
yeah. But like before I mean, well, I will stop broadcast. Thank you, players for player. Thank you, me. Thank you, people, for eventually potentially watching this.